The last RPR, for this RPRC meeting on February 7th, there was no planning board member there?
Larry is there, so, all right. It's my hand. Okay, so we're gonna convene the February 7th, 2023 RPRC meeting at 9:33. The first item on our agenda is approval of the January 24th, 2023 minutes, which everyone has a copy of. I'll make a motion to approve those minutes.
Second.
Great, Benedict, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of us. Okay, so I'm going to move 22 General Heath Road up first on this agenda. They're waiting outside and we dealt with them 2 or 3 times before, so I'd like to get them in and get them on the right track. So, hold on.
So, John Kelly, today's from Anthony, ANTHONY. How do you spell your last name? GRAU. Oh, wow, okay. All right.
Come on, sit down
Over here?
Yep.
Come on, me. I'll take you.
Okay, so we're trying to get you guys to the finish line.
Go ahead. Joel, you sit here.
You have the plans, you want to show us?
No, I don't have the plans with me. I think he has them.
Okay. What we've got is this new deck with new stairs,
Where is this,
22 General Heath,
where is that?
North White Plains,
Yeah.
right? So it's a tight lot coming in. And what we need to ensure is that with the new deck and new stairs, that there is adequate room to park the 2 cars that are required on the property. So this is an existing paved area. This is an existing grassed area. The applicant is proposing to add grasscrete to expand back here. So there are 2 things we really need to
So
demonstrate.
this is the back of the property?
The
So he's
front.
pulling into the driveway,
Mhm.
and is he turning around back there?
Right,
Okay.
that's right. So that's what they have to show is that.
have to turn around? He's gonna
Well,
have
you
to
can't
back out?
back,
You gotta-
you can't back out. Because this
You need
is
the space
crazy.
to back.
Yeah. Right, so that's, how do you maneuver? Is there enough room to do it? It's really, really tight back here. So the proposal was to eliminate this garage and to turn it into a bedroom. Right, that's part of it too?
Yes, it is.
Right, yeah. So those are the elements that we have. So 1 is the engineering. Can we fit? How are they gonna maneuver, do that safely? And then 2, it's the amount of gross land cover.
I submitted a diagram showing how it would work. I think you
Yeah.
have a copy of it, don't you?
Yes, we do. It's on.
Oh, you have it? Oh, okay.
Right there.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. So taking a look at this, I'm gonna look here. So my comment is, all right, the town engineer's got to look at this and see if this works. We need to have these spaces dimensioned, right? They have to meet the minimum size
Yeah.
requirements. So that's 9 by 18. We'll just show 9 by 18. We need a zoning conformance chart indicating the minimum setback requirements. Looks like it's going to be fine, but that's typically what we have on the plan. Then the gross land coverage calculation worksheet and backup data. So that,
You have that, don't you?
yeah, but I couldn't really figure out what you were doing. So if you want to take us through it so we can understand it. So what we were saying is you take a percentage of the grasscrete and whatever is impervious, you can get whatever is pervious, you can get a credit for it. But I really couldn't follow how you calculate it. So taking us through that will be,
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah.
So we were getting something from the manufacturer that said in a certain area.
Yeah,
Well, okay, so I have a sheet here that I worked up.
okay.
All
All right, this I don't see. This is,
Well, this is my, my rough,
okay,
but that might help you. Starting off with the gross area of the site up on top, if you kind of like the area of the site
yeah, no, I
itself,
understand, yep,
the percentage of the occupied areas versus the land area it complies.
all right, so here is how you calculated the voids.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what I needed to see,
Oh,
okay, good.
I think I did a more formal one for you. I mean.
Would you have it?
Something?
I give it to you and
Here's another one. I did this one, but I don't know if you can make out what I did here, but. I
Well,
have
I'll take- I'll take a
all these
look at-
calculations.
I'll take a look at what's.
Little
fine.
pieces.
You have the spec sheet from the manufacturer on the stone you're using?
Yes, I do.
Actually,
Yeah,
can we see that?
that, Grass Creek,
Yeah, can we see that?
right here. Here you go. This is one of their products, just one of them. They have many.
But you don't know which one, it's just the one you're using?
I'm suggesting that.
Okay.
I have one in my house. I have Grass Creek on my property in Bedford, and it's similar to this. They have all different designs.
Okay, oh, you did submit this, okay, so I do have this.
You're talking about, right? And this is the one, this is the turning radii that I
Yeah.
worked off of the worksheets.
All right, but did you give us the new gross land coverage?
Yes, I think I did.
I'm looking.
It's,
You did, you
You need
didn't.
the form, right?
Yeah, you didn't.
You have to look up the specifications, the specs are not on that, that's a panel sheet.
here's some of my calculations here. Maybe this is what you're looking for. It's a rough.
No, what I wanted to see if you're gonna be above or below the maximum for this property. That's what I needed
Yeah.
to figure
It's a
out.
percentage, right?
Well, yeah,
It has to be under, is it 10% or?
no, it's based on the lot size.
Yeah.
So in this case,
In that zone, I think.
well. No, it's not, doesn't relate to the zoning, just.
It's less than a quarter acre.
Actually, if you go to the RPRC website, the application explains exactly how the gross land coverage is calculated. The specific sheet explains it in detail.
Yeah. Thanks.
Oh, there's a form that you'll have.
No,
Oh, okay, so let's do this. Because I don't think we're being that productive in this forum. I don't think anyone has an issue, well. Any thoughts on this,
Well, I'm just looking at, trying to think about our standard parking lot. Sometimes when we
Yeah.
design, you got a 20-foot parking space, 25-foot aisle, 20-foot parking space. If these are correct, and this is 40 feet from this edge of this property line where you're gonna be parking to the stairs.
Mhm.
You take out the 20, that's giving you 20.
Right.
On a single parking lane.
Well,
Think of it that way.
22, because the parking space is 18,
Oh, there's parking spaces. Oh, so you get even more room.
yes.
So, typically you want to see the standard training templates and
Mhm.
programs and stuff, but I mean, if you do the math.
Mhm.
That might be a good enough distance.
Yeah.
These are,
And look,
These
there's
dimensions.
there's a difference between what we want to see in a commercial parking lot and in a residential, right? So
Yeah.
it can be a little tighter on the residential as long as it's doable, I think, right? I think that's the standard we should be using. And is your general thought that this could work?
it could.
Okay.
It could, with 20-foot, if you have that 22 feet clear space,
Yeah.
because like I said, typical aisles, you have 2 spaces backing out that 25-foot aisle.
So maybe then that's good, because I think
Yeah.
that was a major.
What about this existing tree that's staying there? It just-
Yes.
I mean, like you said, it's not a commercial, they'll just work around it,
Well, you just technically need to park 2 cars, right?
Yep.
So are those the cars parked there or the cars parked on the right?
I think the cars are parked in here, correct?
Well, he could do it
I
either
was
way.
thinking
Doing it either way.
Whatever's
I'm
one.
doing it either way. I'm showing it out.
Yeah.
I'm showing that way. It's
Yep.
tight, but it
I mean, if
does
you're dealing
work.
with just 2 cars, I mean, I'm sure you'll have people over here and there, but it's not gonna be a system.
Okay, so then let's do this. This was, I think, the threshold issue. So we'll send this to the building department. We'll get the upgraded worksheet. If, and it wouldn't surprise me, you're over the maximum amount of floor area, I mean, gross land coverage, then you'll need to get a variance from the zoning board of appeals. Okay,
Mm,
that's the worksheet we need.
okay,
So,
Alright.
but you'll be done with this, you'll be on your way to the building department. If you're below the maximum, based on the voids, then you're done. If you're
Alright.
above, you'll go to the zoning board of appeals. And you'll make your case. I think you've got it.
what's the gross land coverage? The gross land coverage to me is the area of the site. Okay, the site area versus the building area, and there's usually a percentage. You can't
Yes.
exceed the building. Area can't be more than what the zoning requires,
You're
and I think. we're
partially
within
correct.
it.
So gross land coverage is anything that's on top of the land. So that's buildings,
Yes,
pathways,
yes,
driveways.
and that's the
Yes.
percentage of the site.
It is a percentage of the site, but it's not a straight line percentage.
Oh,
It's a different calculation.
why don't they tell us that in the code?
It does.
No, does it?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Well, if you go in the packet, it has exactly what it counts, and it has a sheet that you have to fill out. That's driveway, walls, porches,
I
house.
didn't see that. I
Yeah,
didn't.
yeah.
It's in the RPRC.
But it breaks it down pretty clearly as to.
Computer, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't want you to lose that.
And
So,
the-
I think the takeaway is I'm prepared to make a motion to get you out of this process.
Yes.
Which I think
Okay,
is
good.
helpful. So I will make a motion to send this to the building department
Mhm.
and if need be, to the zoning board of appeals for the gross land
Okay,
coverage, okay?
Second,
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so that's good news, okay? So what I'm gonna do is put together these comments. These will tell you your next steps,
okay, good.
okay? That will be posted on the website later today.
Okay, very good.
And then depending on what that worksheet says, whether you're above or below that maximum land coverage, you're either gonna go pull the permit for the from the building department, or you'll have to get that variance from the zoning board.
and do
Okay.
you have an RPRC application line?
I was just gonna say,
No,
can we give him
I only
that?
have digital.
Can she print
copies.
one out? Can she print one out for him?
Thank you.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, let's have her print one out, so he has it.
Thank you.
okay, so if you don't mind, okay, when you go out there, just go to the counter and ask Jocelyn to print you out the RPRC application, you'll have that work.
RPI.
Or
What? Or the RP.
No, he's gonna go with it.
Residential.
He's gonna go with it.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Yes,
very much.
yes, this has not been easy, so,
Yeah.
you know, I understand that, so
This
we're
is
moving forward.
my first time touching this. Thank you very much.
Okay,
Okay, thank you.
yes, okay.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank you.
glad you came in, this was better.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
good.
Rob beat me to it.
Okay.
Oh,
Can I
thank you,
just
Rob.
show him one thing on this, please?
Yeah.
Look, I wanna show you something. This, okay, this is a gross land coverage calculation sheet.
Yeah, that's
So,
okay.
I
Look at the maximum of the gross land. Bonus. This is a bonus. Front door, how far the front door is back from the property, you wanna measure that, note that, because those all count. Mention the principal home is beyond the minimum front yard setback.
I'm sorry, I didn't have.
You
this.
wanna go through this in detail, this will calculate your gross land coverage, and then you wanna show it in sections, and then you'll be in better shape,
Okay, thank you.
okay?
Thank you very
You're
much.
welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, have a good day.
Have a good day, John.
I know, I had to fill that form out, and I didn't make do it either.
No one likes it, but.
Well, thank you very much.
You get good at it after a while.
Are there improvements, you think? Is it? the
No, it's just,
itself or
no, it
just
is
the
what it
process?
is, but it's always just a pain, you know, you have to tear
Actually.
walls and break it down, and
I
then,
know.
and then when you're getting rid of, it's really hard when people are getting rid of something and then adding it back. 'Cause if you-
Okay,
on the form, it doesn't take that into
That's right.
account, like when you knock a piece of the house off.
Mhm.
And you do the original footprint of the
You can put
house,
negative
and then you,
number.
that's what I end up doing, like,
Yeah,
I put in the
I'll follow
thing, I know, but it's like,
Okay,
if you fill the form out correctly, you end up too big, because it never tells you to take out.
all
what
right,
you
I
knocked
could amend the
out
form.
of
to
the
make
phone.
that
That's
clear.
my only,
Yeah.
like, I know to take it out, but other somebody else, you just follow the form with directions, like,
Interesting.
you have to like note that
Yeah. that's
something came
interesting.
out.
That's interesting.
Okay,
You know, because I filed in Bedford, which by the way is, that's, if, I don't know if anyone says anything about North Carolina, Bedford is overwhelmed beyond, they even admit it themselves. But I looked at their GLC sheet, it was not good. I said, you know, you guys should look at North Carolina, see how we do it there, it's much better.
I haven't seen theirs.
Yeah, it's like,
Okay.
it's not good.
All right, so we're gonna go back to regular order. The first one we have.
Tell you right now, you're not gonna, it's gonna sit and build for $2.
Right.
Thanks.
Sorry.
It was that, and it's, you hit the ball back to me.
I tried.
I saw that,
You're
I saw that,
Like you're great.
I was watching that happen.
For Sunrise. This is for a new deck. Let me pull up the plans. Sunrise submission. This. There's. Okay,
Before someone should make a left. And it must be heading down. On the right side. What I'm thinking. From Elizabeth, you make a left, and then it's on the right hand side, further down,
correct.
okay.
This one is really very straightforward. So we've got an existing deck. They're going to have a new deck in the back, approximately the same location.
Who this is.
Oh, yeah, you've been here. It's actually a really cool looking house.
So this is a White House, contemporary home,
Thought it was gray, but
it's formerly owned by Marion Hamilton. Yeah, I know this house, actually, the deck is gone, there used to be a spa in that deck, and it leaked, and we took it out.
oh, so you're very familiar
Yeah,
with this.
yeah.
Okay, so it's a deck at the rear of the house. I mean, I have no
Oh, yeah.
issues with this. Other than backup information for the land coverage, right? Because there's a lot of land coverage. Tennis court,
Mhm.
pool, deck, but you know, it's a big lot.
Yeah,
But it's it's a traditional deck in the back. And, no issues here. Anyone?
does
Concerned?
the original plan show the spa in the deck? Is it
The
still
original
there?
plan showed the former like circle there. You see that?
Yeah.
There, is that where it was?
Yeah, that's where there was a
Yeah.
spot, it's not there anymore, just so you know.
Yeah.
So,
I make motion to approve it.
I'll second.
So that was,
wait,
hold on.
oh, sorry.
Was it John?
No, I
Wait,
seconded it, yeah.
okay.
Jumping ahead, Chris.
And
Right, and you know what? I didn't-
you know what's annoying about that? The gas supply line from the propane tank was inadequate to the pool heater, it would hurt the pool heater with soot,
Really?
very annoying situation. There's a sooty pool heater, it's got a lifespan of like a few years. People don't understand that. Once you upgrade them, you mind, it's a big pain in the ass.
Okay, next is 17 Orchard, which was recently in front of us for a new shed. Right? And then I guess when the building department went out there to look at the shed, the inspector noticed a new patio. Now they're back to legalize the patio that was there. And pull up those plans. 17 Orchards Mission. So the previously submitted, gross land coverage and site plan that was submitted for the shed depicted this patio already. So there's not, he was able to submit the same plans for the shed
Right,
because it included it.
right. You just had to change his gross land coverage sheet.
No, it included the gross.
Oh,
land
it did?
coverage.
Okay.
All he's really doing is seeking formal
Oh,
approval
okay.
of the patio.
Nice.
Does that make sense?
That grew,
What?
that grew, or
I don't know if it
It was all
grew.
new.
It was new. It could have been the same size. I looked back.
No, it was smaller, it was half the size.
Okay,
it's not all new in theory, there's something
Right.
there.
Well, they ripped out the old one,
And
put
then
a
put a
whole
new
new
one.
patio in, they doubled the size of it.
okay, but the previous plan that we had accounted for it.
Yeah.
So it looks,
So the numbers work.
the numbers were right. Exactly, the numbers were fine. And here's, here's the patio, back here. Everyone okay with this? RM,
Second.
DC, all in favor? Here now. Six, one. This is a very small project. Wait, is this yours?
No,
No.
mine are the two at the end.
Oh, okay. 615. Okay, so what we're dealing with is right in this corner is gonna be a new balcony on the second. Show you that. The only issue is, this was the pool that was approved. And it doesn't look like that. There's now, this is bigger, this area here is like a oval.
I see, they expanded the
And
patio
then
beyond
this
the
way,
original plan.
yeah, and then this way, they've expanded it for a spa. All fine, but the gross land coverage sheet doesn't show that,
Right.
so they've got to expand it.
We have permits for all that?
I'm guessing no, because,
Yeah.
or they came, or they're using the wrong plan here, either one, I'm
Well,
not
they don't have an updated survey,
correct,
but they
right?
have a permit for the pool. Back when it was done, I can assume.
They didn't look, but they must have.
Must have. But I mean, Rob, if they have a permit for the pool and they add the spa, how would you handle that? As a change order?
Yeah.
Right.
So this is the reason they're here is for this new balcony. It looks fine, no issue, and they'll deal with the land coverage,
Right.
because everyone.
Yeah, so in other words, you're gonna send them on their way, but Rob is gonna have to make sure they submit a new survey and do all that stuff.
Yeah, and they'll update the land. Coverage to show they're below, and if they're not, then they'll deal with that, but it should be okay. So I'll make a motion to send this to Bill.
Second.
That's another one, Rob.
All in favor?
Uh,
It happens, right? What are you gonna do?
It's a good revenue stream for the town.
Yeah.
Keeps those taxes, don't increase.
Thornwood, you have them?
Keep doing that illegal work.
Okay, so this is another pool, and we're in 7 Thornwood. And this one looked, this one came to the planning board a few years ago. This was a lot, Galena Fight redeveloped.
Yeah, but it's not the one where they would put the sport court in the back. That was further down.
Yeah,
That was further down, right.
That was 25.
And this is not the one,
This might have been one of the last ones
Oh,
Naderman
right.
worked on.
and this wasn't the one with retention versus detention. Remember that one?
No,
Okay.
no. This one was a pretty straightforward redevelopment
Okay.
of the property. Let me-
She's still- Have you seen her in a while? Wow. I don't know.
Galena?
Yeah,
Not since Shoemaker.
that's the shoemaker.
Yeah, and Shoemaker was the last one. I don't even think they put the pool in over there.
Uh-huh.
You know the pool at 6 Shoemaker?
So
Am I?
let,
No.
so let's go over this. So this, you know, so this is a relatively new house. Um. The lake is back here. Okay, so, and if you draw the wetland buffer, there's a little wetland here. So they've got the pool and everything else pushed to this side lot line,
Right.
you know, to stay out of the buffer.
Right.
It's already cleared and graded, so you literally could just plop this pool in here. It looks fine. There's nothing really around it, like this, the house that is on this lot.
Can we see that now? Do you have
I can pull that up here.
We had it right there.
Yeah, it kind of have a little
Where?
picture there. Get a little picture of it, but maybe that's
Oh,
what it's
you're
got.
right, thank you. Well, you can't really tell. No, but you can't see the next door neighbor.
Obviously, it's far away.
Yeah, their backyard ends like here.
It's all
So
wooded.
it's all wooded, so they don't
Okay.
need a screening
All right,
plan.
okay, that's
my
what I'm
point.
getting at. You
Yeah,
don't need
yeah.
a screening.
I went
plan.
out
Okay.
and looked, it's
All
fine.
right. Better.
So,
Make a motion to approve it.
yeah, I think it's ready to go.
Second.
So that was,
We have a few comments, right? This is, yeah.
you want to go over any comments?
I mean, we did have some concerns on this one.
Oh, okay, then let's start.
We, you know, back in the 2016 plan, they had to pull up the hill a little bit. The other thing is the wetlands. I think there's an adjustment you have to make to the steep slopes of the wetlands. If you look back at the 2016 plan, but our biggest concern was. There's about 6 acre drainage shed going through that valley right where they stuck the pool.
Oh, you mean it's coming off the slope?
Yeah, and if you look at GIS, it shows some type of water course coming through there.
Oh, really?
It's right, if you plan the 2016 plan, you see the topo a little better, but that's the valley, that's right where everything's draining through.
Hmm.
So that was a big concern of ours.
So what's,
Saying the location's not appropriate.
yeah, what do you think? We should put it somewhere else?
Well, that's the thought was when we looked at the 2016 plan, it was closer to the house and now it's put into the valley.
Yeah.
It's just the other concern is if they're putting it there, how are they directing all those flows? coming
Well, what's
through
the
that?
elevation of the pool? Does it matter the elevation of the pool vis-a-vis the ground? In other words, if they bring the elevation of the pool up and the water diverts around it, is that okay?
Well, right now you can see the grading, they have all of the grading actually draining towards the pool. See that? Like that's that right now, that's a valley that they're kind of, and if the pool's sitting up, now they're blocking all of
So you'd want to bring the pool closer to the house.
it. Yeah, you or get it out of that,
Right.
that water course or whatever is in there. The other thing that came up is the 2016 plan shows all the trees back there to be
Yeah.
preserved, and now this,
They cut a lot of trees out.
yeah, and they're saying there's no tree removals, but it's from the 2016.
Yeah, they're certainly not there now.
They did,
Yeah.
they did that already.
They were
So
showing being preserved in the
this changes things significantly, I think. This sounds like something then we want to take a much closer look at.
I think so.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, sorry to jump in, but yeah, I know.
Not sorry.
Thanks.
Brought up a key point.
Was there a tree plan submitted anywhere along the line?
Under this,
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not this application, but previously, 2016. Where did the trees go and when and how?
I don't know
Yeah,
if
that's-
Well, the house was not where it was a tear down. But this current house is not where the previous house.
No, it's much further. up.
There was a lot of rock, a lot of hill,
Yep.
a lot of trees that they had to clear out. They did a lot of blasting to put the house where it is now.
Yep,
But then that would have all been in the original application to show those
Sure.
trees coming down.
Should have been.
well, what Tony is saying is it was not supposed to be cleared back there.
Yeah, it's shown to be preserved.
Yeah.
If you look at those 2016 plans, that pool was almost up with that planting bed, it's closer to the house, and then the trees were being saved back there.
And it was heavily.
And the wetland buffer on the original plan, it took into account the steep slopes and it did the adjustment.
Okay, so it sounds like, honestly, there's a lot going on here. Yeah, so I think we should send this to the planning board, work out the details, figure out what happened to the trees, get a better potential location. Work with the conservation board if it makes more sense to put it in the buffer, there's a lot
Right,
going
right.
on. Okay, so I'll make a motion to send this to the planning board.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
What do you? Go to planning. Thank you, Tony.
Sweet rush that one.
Oh, we didn't.
I was waiting my turn. I was just waiting.
Tony didn't type up here.
You didn't pipe up, man.
You gotta-
Obviously, the way you read your memo.
I was like the only one we were listening.
Okay, so next is Fox Ridge. We've got Mr. Huntsberg here.
All right, and that's what, this is my project.
Okay. So I'll note that. You want to take us through the plans, John?
Sure.
I'll vote twice.
There you go. So have him as soon as he can't make it.
So the addition to the left side of the house, right?
Yeah. And that was like a raised ranch for just doing it.
Oh, you know what? Oh, all right. So Gary Boyd just joined. So we'll tell him after. we did.
Gary Boyd was Sunrise.
Yeah, that's great. Good. Let's look at that. Yeah, so here's the house, the
Right.
new.
Right
Oh,
below
on the
that.
left.
Definitely could use it. No, I'm saying that's a nice, I'm sure it's a nice amendment to that house.
Yeah, that's, there you go.
Yeah,
for
and
sure.
we're gonna make it look more attractive. There you go.
Yeah.
We're leaving it contemporary, but we're making it a little bit
Yeah,
more.
no,
Yeah.
that's a nice change, John.
Yeah, and I like what you did with the siding. It's good. I mean, it looks fine. Let's see, do I have any comments? Oh, yeah, GIS depicts hydric soil, so I don't know what's going on.
Same thing, yeah, we noticed that
Yeah.
on the side of the
And-
addition.
And John, where's the septic, right? You're not,
Septic's in the front, we need to show that.
right, so we just want to make sure you're not,
And the drainage, where the drainage is going.
Yeah.
Super.
and the health department saying it's okay to utilize the existing. the
Yeah, the
existing
question is, you're not, are you increasing the bedrooms or you?
We're keeping the same bedroom count, we're under 1,000 square feet of livable additional space.
I don't know if it. Bolton is it, I don't think it talks about livable, it's just space, period. Under the new regs. Doesn't talk about livable space anymore.
So they count the basement?
Like if you legalize a basement, if it's over 1,000 square feet, I have to, doesn't matter if it's finished or not. I have to send it to the health department.
Okay.
Yeah, look at that new reg, that reg is a pain now since they changed everything.
So with those comments, is there any concern about where or what's involved with this addition?
So we're gonna do an administrative wetland permit? Is what you're talking?
Well, if we have to talk about that with Craig. How how does he think he wants to look at this?
Where's
I
the
would send them
wetlands?
to us.
All right, so we could still do an administrative wetlands permit, but we can say with the conservation board review,
Right. Yeah.
if it's required.
How
That's
far away
required.
from the wetlands is it?
Hard to tell, it could be kind of right there.
Yeah, it's got a little line there also.
Is there a wetland map on here? Has anyone marked the wetlands on this property?
Well, no, because what was the address?
One box.
Yeah, if we look at the,
So you're going by the GIS, but
Right.
wouldn't, isn't the right thing to do is just before they even go to the conservation board, is to get a wetland consultant to go out
yeah, that's
there
what we're saying. We're saying
and mark it out
We're
before it
saying,
even goes to conservation.
right, Chris, what we're saying is there's there is data that suggests there might be wetlands here. And we're saying applicant, go investigate. If you do need it, we're setting up the path for approval now, so they don't have to come back. So if you look at, if we turn on hydric soils, see?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me turn.
Right there.
Right. So, but it could be that the hydric soils are there isn't well.
Right,
We don't
I
know.
mean, it's one of, whatever it is, one of three or something like that, what do they say, but.
Yeah.
The wetland scientist decides that, writes the report, then
Yeah.
is it up to the conservation board to accept that
Or
report?
town engineer.
Town engineer.
Yeah.
So you would review that report and decide whether or not you think it's a good wetland report.
Yeah,
In theory,
here's
if you
the
don't-
hydric soil.
Well, let me ask you, I mean,
Dave would probably go out and-
what happens if, instead of somebody having to spend the money to hire
Uh-huh.
an hydrologist, if I just say, hey, it's wetlands, what do you want me to do?
That's an option too.
You
Just,
know what I'm saying? Cause I kind of wondered, by the time you get done paying. the
Yeah,
plus,
but even if you say it's a wetland, you gotta know
then
where it
I
is.
could plant it. Whatever these guys want for
I
1,200
understand,
bucks.
Yeah, but you need to know where the line is, right?
We
Like,
don't
you gotta-
always know where the line
You need
is.
to know where the line is and where the exact wetland is, right? So you really can't just say where I'm in a wetland because.
They don't have a 2-to-1 remediation without, unfortunately, I don't disagree with you in theory, but what I'm getting at is, how do they delineate the property in order to do a calculation without a flag in the ground?
It's gonna be worst case scenario. I mean,
Well, the worst case scenario is
the homeowner
what
thinks
is-
that, it's,
Yeah.
okay, so I'll double, you know.
well, but we're not gonna get into it. That-
No, I know, I'm just thinking.
I know, I appreciate what you're
general,
saying.
Trying to utilize some of this money instead of giving it to a professional, sometimes it's just easier to give it to my landscaper and move through the process.
I don't, John.
And I agree with that concept. but-
Yeah, it's just, that I agree.
I
with what
mean,
you're
if
saying.
there's something passed on the lot that you had a record of, then you can kind of just go by that as opposed to updating it. But
Mhm.
I think you need to know, 'cause otherwise, what do we consider it? A total wetland and you're
Right.
planting,
Right. I mean,
and you don't even know what you're planting it along, right?
Well, then in theory, the improvement could be going into a wetland as well, and then you don't really know what you're doing anymore. Right. So yeah,
I know Westchester County GIS doesn't show it this extreme, it actually shows the blob stopping a little off the property, but close where it might be. a
But it's more to the
blob.
left, right?
Yeah,
If I'm staring at it, not to the right. Like in my mind, I'd be thinking,
on the side of the addition.
yeah,
Is it
that's what I'd be
about
thinking, it's
right?
more to the left.
What?
That's the house?
No, the house is
right here,
down,
no, down.
no, down where the dot is.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I can show where the house is, because.
Oh, yeah, that is the house footprint, yeah.
I was saying the whole thing is in the wetland.
Well, no, it's hydric soil.
Hydric soil.
Hydric soil.
Because you're downhill
We are
from
downhill,
behind you.
we are downhill.
Yeah.
If you look at Westchester County GIS, it shows it just off the property. line.
And more to the left.
Yeah, that's it.
Right, these are not that accurate.
Right.
so.
Right.
All right, so I think we've got our path.
All right.
So we're gonna go to the building department, we're gonna investigate the well issue.
Right.
If you do need a wetlands permit, then it will be an administrative wetlands permit with conservation board review.
Okay.
So I'll make that motion.
Saying,
All in favor? Five. It's down. Okay. Okay. Mr. Osberg, any questions on your end?
No, I'm just being a fly on the wall. I find this interesting.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
So that one.
Thank you all very much.
Sure, sure. All right, then let me get Gary in here. Tell him what he did. Gary, you with us?
Not.
Gary?
Hey, good morning. Sorry for I'm not too tech savvy with this stuff sometimes.
Oh, it's okay. I didn't know that was you waiting.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay. So we dealt with your application. It was fine and it was sent to the building department to get your permit. No issues there.
All right, cool. All right, thanks, Adam. I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody.
Sure, okay.
So I'll hear from Mike or Ivan or Rob.
No, it's the opposite. So we're gonna post the determination letter later today.
Okay.
Going to take that determination letter and submit that with your building permit to the building department, but you've got to do it. Yeah,
All right, no problem.
okay,
All right. Yep. Thank you again.
sure, take care.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Okay, so we are on the last one, which is on John. Okay, so John.
That just be.
That was Gary Boyd
Alright,
on 17 Orchard.
okay. Reference to 17.
Yeah, it's his property.
Okay.
This is the one where we talked about the
Yeah,
patio.
I know, I got it, okay, I got it.
All right, so 18,
And Sterling.
10 Sterling, 10 Sterling. Yeah, but look at this, I lost my like,
And Sterling Road North. That's on the right hand side. Oh, that's gotta be past. Cross Street.
Seymour.
Seymour.
Yeah, it's like the last house on the right hand side.
Left
Yeah.
house on the right hand side, okay, it's across from 11, across from Monaco.
yeah, this is a nice house.
Yeah, of course.
And I like what you're proposing back here, beautiful.
I have a nice pool back there.
No, look at that. Look at this.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Where is that?
$18 million in Jersey, on this house.
Yeah, I believe it. 18 million for the fire.
So for the house. But just keep rolling through the pictures.
Yeah.
The house is enormous.
All right, so let's go over this. So newer house, existing pool, there's a terrace, portions of terrace back here. We're proposing this
That looks-
pergola.
That looks cheap. I'm telling you, 18 million looks below cost for that, I swear to God.
That's not a pergola roof, right?
Oh, yeah, okay. The new covered patio,
Right.
whatever you want to call it, new
Right.
patio to fill in the gap along the side, barbecue, fireplace.
Fireplace.
So it looks nice. This is what John, I didn't follow here. This isn't right?
No, that's what the addition is, the left back of the.
What do you mean?
Yeah, they're closed there, that's the new part added, so what, did I not close it in and show it as new?
Yeah, doesn't there need to be?
Yeah, no, there does.
Yeah, okay,
There
so
does.
that's what I thought.
There does.
That was really my comment. So this is all gonna be covered now. And
Right.
then, the patio is gonna now fully extend back. Oh. There, so it's gonna look great.
Somebody hand drew that.
My hand.
Yeah, who would do that?
I like to draw, I'm sorry.
That would be-
But why,
What?
so, why,
CAD?
why are these not doors?
We're just doing it for the look,
What?
we're doing it for the look and the beds on that wall.
The
Okay.
vents were on that wall,
Got
yeah.
it.
We just did the railing because
It looks good.
we just
Yeah,
wanted to look.
yeah, no, I got it.
Yeah.
It just seemed like too bad that they couldn't use this as a deck. But, yeah,
I
whatever.
guess they can jump out the window.
But it looks really nice.
They just want the sun
Is
off their
this,
heads.
is this, I didn't get into this,
Right,
but
okay.
is this tall enough?
That's gas.
Okay. So no
The
code
vents out
issues
the
there?
back, the vents out the back,
Okay,
it's gonna be a gas fireplace.
It's not a chimney, it's just a look.
I see.
Are you putting a TV on it?
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's
Like
really,
an outdoor TV, I
Yeah.
tell you.
so,
I'm like waffling, I'm putting
All
a
right,
lot
I
of
just
my
have to
deck
fix the
at
diagram.
this point.
Definitely.
Put a nice lounge on there,
Yeah.
push lounge, just chill out there, sleep there all night long.
Well, you know what, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, for $10,000, now they're $1,000.
Yeah.
You know,
Go to Brant next door.
anything on your end?
No, we're just, showing some silt fence protection down,
Yeah.
hill of that and the, stormwater issue.
Old car
But if you
building.
can, like John had
Sold
noted,
for
if you can
38 million.
prove that it was oversized for the pool, and that was done, you could tie into that existing drainage or build
Weird,
into
but
that.
yeah, 2 years ago.
But that'd be something they'd have
So I'll make a
to
motion to
so now take
send
that out.
this center building.
I would never have thought that.
I wouldn't have thought that.
All in favor? Aye.
But I did.
Okay, so I'm gonna make a motion to adjourn the meeting at 10:17. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everybody.